Off topic, Teddy, a Michigan man at the helm in Ann Arbor, the Wolverines make Juwan Howard the head coach. John Beilein obviously moving on to the NBA with the Cleveland Cavaliers. 5-year deal for $2 million a season. Has a lot of a feel to me, Teddy, which you're looking at college basketball right now to try to strike when the iron's hot. Most of these players going back to their alma mater. If we take a look, Patrick Ewing back to Georgetown, Chris Mullin back to St. John's, Penny Hardaway to Memphis. Now, Jerry Stackhouse does go to Vanderbilt, even though he did go to North Carolina. But trying to get that hot wave recruiting, sit in the living room of some of these kids and say, look, I've been there, done that before, and we're going to win. We're going to do it big. Interesting move, and it looks like it's, widely liked across the NBA. Looks like Juwan Howard was a very good player, obviously, was a very good coach for the years that he was down in Miami, got some pretty good, background checks on him, so to speak, and it looks like hopefully it's going to work out. But if this does, do we see a wave of more NBA players going back to their alma maters and maybe even just going back to NCAA action? Because it looks like that's a trend that's going to hit.
Let me start with Juwan, all right? This is a guy who I knew when I was in Ann Arbor. I saw him a couple times when he was, I saw him once in D.C. when he was with the Wizards. Juwan Howard is a good man, period. Okay? He's a good fit. He's going to be a great coach. He's a leader of men. Now, he's replacing some pretty big shoes in Beilein. But he's certainly, and Howard has been, was a coach on the floor for many years, and then has been the assistant for Spoelstra in Miami. He deserves this shot. It's good to see some Fab Five love in Ann Arbor after they ripped the banners down. And I expect good things from Juwan Howard in the Michigan program moving forward. All that being said, to say, is this going to be a trend? I don't think it's going to be a broader trend, and this is why. In order to get these jobs, you got to sit on the bench and be the number 2 or the number 3 assistant for X number of years before you get that opportunity. Some guys are willing to do it. The guys that love the NBA and love to travel, and that's what they want to do, and that's what their life is, they'll do that. The guys that, I got an off-season home that I want to hang out in, it's not so easy to get them to take those second and third tier assistants job to work their way up to the head coach level. So we're seeing a handful. I don't think it becomes a huge trend where all NBA stars are moving on to collegiate head coaching jobs. That being said, I like the hire for the Wolverines. I think it's a good thing.